Have you ever dreamed of renovating your own home? All while still working your regular 9 to 5? And the best part, my wife and I were planning our entire wedding, this whole renovation. See, I got engaged the week before I started tearing our future house apart. This isn't just a DIY passion project. This is gonna be our first home together. The place will grow our family, share lots of laughter, build our life, and make a million memories. So yeah. No pressure. You know, by day, I'm just like you, working a full-time job, stuck in meetings, but by night, I'm wielding hammers, slinging paint, turning this house into something unbelievable. This isn't a TV show with a crew of 20. It's just me, my pops, some of my friends, and a stubborn belief that we can get this done. It's not always pretty, it's not always perfect. If you're into big transformations, no sleep, and making it work no matter what, you're in the right place. So welcome to my 9 to 5 DIY life. This is the start of our future, so let's renovate a home and build a family, one project at a time. Welcome back to episode 7 of this home renovation series. I hope you are having a fantastic holiday season. You had a great Christmas and you get ready for a safe and happy new year. In this episode, we dive right into the nitty-gritty and ugly part of this home renovation, but a very necessary part, and that is floor prep. All right, so today wasn't a glamorous day in terms of what we got done, but it was very necessary. As you can probably not tell, we have all of the staples, all of the tack strips out on the edge of the walls in both our guest room as well as the master. So now this entire living room, entryway, hallway spaces are ready for us to lay the 1/4-inch plywood all on the ground. And we have to do that in order to do the actual flooring because the kitchen and dining room and laundry room area has 1/4-inch plywood on top of this subfloor that we have here. So we have to get all of that ready. But before we do that, we are finally gonna be taking a look at the subfloor and the wall. And now we finally get into fixing the subfloor in our main bedroom. This was one of the most daunting tasks of this renovation project simply because we weren't expecting to do it. And in my head, I just felt like I don't even know how to fix this. You know, my fallback's my dad. He's one of the smartest guys I know when it comes to anything building, home renovation related. I always rely on him. And the fact that he was a little unsure as well too, that just made me even more anxious. But we finally got to tackle it. It was one of those problems where you just got to take a second, breathe, and realize it's not as bad as you think. Don't get ahead of yourself. Just work through it, take your time. Thankfully, this ended up being really straightforward and pretty direct in terms of what we did. So what Pops and I started to do is we cut out a section of this drywall. And what we figured out is actually crazy. If you look right here, gross, right? So here's our insulation. This is our 2x4 stud. The actual floor stud right here is what's rotted out. These are actually in really good, well, that's kind of actually breaking away pretty easy. That's not a good sign. So we're not sure how far this issue spans. Obviously we can see our water stain there and it runs along almost all the way here. So my thought is we're probably gonna have to rip out this whole sheet of subfloor or maybe at least half. And then we might have to cut up like halfway here. Honestly, praise God for the fact that this window did not collapse because to be honest, we don't know how it hasn't. So, good push. That'll be tomorrow's fun. And then once this is done, get a second coat of paint in here and in there. First coat behind me on this wall, and then the second coat, and then we can do the flooring. Just so simple. So simple. Three-quarter inch ply, you know that, right?
My floor is like a 1/2 inch, and this is 3/4.
Yeah, look at it right here.
It's so rotted away. What does it look like here?
switched it.
Wait a minute. You got an extension cord?
No.
On the garage?
I don't know, maybe. I just don't want to cut the cord, but sure.
Here, I'll just do it. All right. This is underneath that 2x4. Underneath that floor there.
What?
This is underneath here up there. So are you gonna cut it?
Won't we have to replace it regardless? What I'm thinking, if we take 2x12s or whatever the beams are, reinforce them on all three sides, then we get that stud set in, we can then look to cut out the pieces and maybe at least temporarily run the studs to that new floor stud that we make until we can get the new beam. So that way we can
New beam? I'm getting new beam. What's new beam?
reinforcing the floor beams underneath. And then we do our piece in between the beams, right, the floor beams. So we have that little setup and reinforced right there. Then we could make new studs that tie into the old one that would temporarily run into this new floor beam system that we make here. So that way we could start cutting stuff out and not lose any support while we're fixing it. Because then that would potentially give us a chance to pull out all these studs and reset them.
What studs? These here?
Yeah, like that bottom floor piece. Because we got to get rid of that.
I'm really wondering if it's a concern because it's so rotted now. Is it really holding anything?
Well, how's the window still up? Because if you think about it, the next jack stud, this is the start of the next jack stud right here. So this one's still good. I think it's the like this part's for sure rotted out, but then maybe it's just, you notice how only some of that broke away. I don't know.
What are you doing? We're not recording.
All right, next day vibes. We overcame adversity and we conquered. Studs in there, reinforce every single new stud, brackets. We're ready for drywall. I did miss the final before and after comparison of what the wall was looking like before, what the stud looked like, what the after looked like from painting it, but I do have that on the channel as a short. Make sure you go to the shorts, scroll, find it, and you can see that end result there. Always plug. The timing of getting the subfloor as well as the drywall done was fantastic. As soon as we finished those up, I got my delivery of 1/4-inch plywood, which we were gonna need throughout the entire upstairs. All right, so here's where we're currently sitting. We're gonna have to run 3-foot pieces from here to the wall, then go into the hallway. Solid progress. How's it going?
Good. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, it's late, dude. You should go home.
Nope, I'm gonna put these 2 pieces up, then I'm going home. 2 last pieces.
All right, so this is where we currently stand. Got about 2/3 of this done. This is a very oddly spaced spot we have left. So my plan is to use 3-foot pieces. So I'm gonna take some of these 4x8 sheets, cut them to 3 feet wide, and then we'll lay them down. So that way we can get to the edge of the hallway just fine, start fresh in there with new pieces, and then be able to run fresh pieces in the hallway. So it's coming along. But we do have to throw these shoes finally away. I had a staple go through the bottom of these, puncture me right in the foot. Felt so good, and it's a sad day, but time to retire. Again, being able to rely on both Pops and Christian were super huge during the renovation. Being able to kind of project manage and bounce from working on the drywall and being able to rely on my Pops to finish that up so that way then Christian and I could work on starting to install the subfloor. It worked out fantastic, an absolute massive blessing. I recommend you get a Christian Catterson quality brother. If you got one of those, you can finish any project you want. The hardest part we had with working the subfloor was getting the initial pieces in, because once we did that, we were able to just kind of flow and use full sheets. And honestly, being able to use the full sheets, piecing them in, so that way our joints weren't touching all at the same spot, made it super easy, super flawless, and super quick. When we got to doing the subfloor ad, I pushed like never before when it came to sleep. Having the bed in the basement was huge, but as soon as the subfloor was done, that would mean we would start laying down the actual flooring. And the motivation to get the actual flooring done, installed, meant I could bring my bed back up and kind of feel like I have a room again. I took a little power nap on the floor. This is where we are at now. It's a good place to call it. We made some good progress. Everything up until this point is secured. Start a new row over there, which isn't secure, and we'll have to get some more pieces in place, but should be able to start laying flooring very soon, and I'm very excited. So see you in a few hours. Well, seconds for you, but hours for me. All right, not gonna lie to you guys, I'm feeling gassed up. Christian knocked out this part of the flooring, looked great, while Pops and I took care of the rest of the subfloor throughout the house. I just finished this up like 10 minutes ago for the little hallway there. All we got left here is this room for the transition piece, as well as this little area right here. I also got to do all the closets, both in here in the guest room and then over in the master bedroom there. But I'm feeling so good about where we are at in the casa right now, because to be honest, a lot of times when you're doing big home renovations like this, it can get very discouraging. You feel like, oh, I should have got more done today, or this, that, and the other. It's just nice to feel like you kind of crushed it, made some really good progress, which is what I feel like we did yesterday. So now that most of the subfloor is ready to go, I'm actually going to go to football. Christian's on his way over. He's going to keep tackling the floor, and then him and I are going to knock it out together once I'm back. Life is good. When we got to the flooring day, oh man, I was so happy. Besides painting all the walls and taking out the old railings, tearing up tile, like seeing all that work pay off here and seeing such a massive change in the house and how it looks, how it feels, it was a great feeling. I just knew I was that much closer to being able to sleep upstairs again, and that was all the motivation I needed. And shout out to Christian again for starting this, getting us going, and we were just able to get in a real good flow state of getting all the work done. All you need is a couple Latino guys to work on some flooring, and who knew Latinos would be so great at laying flooring? And in just a day's time, we got basically the entire living room and the start of the entryway done. We were flowing super fast, and even when Christian left, like I said, continuing the motivation of sleeping upstairs, I just would work late into the night, and we were able to get all of that done in like less than 12 hours. So we hustled, we flowed, and it was absolutely fantastic. And the excitement to see how much progress we made in such a short time just kept the motor going at an all-time high. And again, I'm super blessed to have such a great brother in Christian, and Pops helped too. It made it so much more fun to do the work. It made it go by so much faster, and it's like literally the perfect recipe for what you need to have a successful project happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the post notifications. Send a video to a friend. You know the drill. Make sure you have a safe and happy new year. We're staying in the Christmas holiday theme with the red and the green this episode. I'm going to throw up the entire series playlist somewhere, a subscribe button somewhere. Make sure you click those, follow through, get caught up. It's going to be a great time. So don't forget to have a great day or night. Don't forget to keep God number one. God bless.